You're watching USA, America's favorite cable network.
And hello, everyone, and welcome to the show. It's late night, and I'm Bill, and you're watching Weird Fantastic Toy Adventures. And who is here tonight? Very early tonight, John from Figuratively Speaking hopped in and said hello early. And George Valentine said good evening to us a little early there. And OBS came in just before show started. Hey, OBS, good to see you. Master Mike Fee is here, and Toy Mama and Jamie Sanders. And not last but not least, we got All Music Fan 88 said good late night. Hey Jeff, says Toy Mama, good to see you, Jeff. And let's get Jonezer in here and we'll get the show started. So let me get down here and get Jonezer introed in.
What's up, everybody? It's Jonezer, your favorite comic book guy. So let's do this.
And Gojatron hopped in here to tell us that he's putting the finishing touches on his Easter video.
Very cool. Very cool.
Master Mike
Bunnies will be happening.
Yeah, I want to see what he's got bunnies going on there. There's Gojatron saying I'm here putting finishing touches on my Easter video. And we'll just let the chat kind of roll there. And your game's a little off tonight. I understand. I don't mean to call you out, but I understand. So, and mine is too, because this is an unplanned show, folks. Imagine me doing something unplanned. I do have a good show planned for Saturday night, but tonight's show is going to be kind of on the cuff. We had some big reveals today from Mattel in the Masters of the Universe lines. I'm going to say that. You care to talk a little bit about that with me there, Joneser?
Absolutely. And to be honest with you, I think we're going to do just fine. We do pretty well when our feet are put to the fire. I think we're going to have an awesome show. We got awesome people watching. We got a great audience. We got good stuff that's talk about, and got good coffee in my gut, and I got nothing better to do on a Friday night but sit here and talk about some toys with my friends. Where else would I want to be? Right here.
There you go. And one of the things that I did tonight, and I'm talking during the last 15 minutes before show started, was I was able to solve an audio issue that Joneser and I have been having since we started doing this together. And I got that done. The sound sounds like a great Friday night, says Mike Fee. Yeah, I'm hoping it's going to be a great Friday night. And OBS says, Jonesy, hey. And she gives you a little smoke. So, yeah. Hey, you. All right. So, we're going to look at these toys, and we're going to do some music, and we're going to do some fun. And I've got something special that I worked on the latter part of this week. It took me 2 days to do it. And it took me all afternoon yesterday after I got off of work. Hey, screw your feelings. One of our newest members. See, look at him. He's in green there, and he's got a little star by his name. Thank you, Screw Your Feelings, for joining the channel last week and becoming part of our team. If you have an Instagram, find me on Instagram and hit me up so I can get you in the Instagram team chat that we have for the channel. That's just for members. And
Screw Your Feelings has a special place in my heart because I just love his name. I love the name. Screw your feelings. No one cares how you feel or what you think.
This guy has been with me since almost day one. He's been around, and he always comes in to say hi. And he joined last week, and I just want to give him a big shout out. Speaking of which, I want to give a big shout out to the Super Chat All Stars, Susudio, Nightwing, Radical Mom, Motu Joneser, Ocean Breeze Salty, Gojitron, I Like Salt, Gilster 37, who also joined last week, and Master Mike Fee, A World Made of Cardboard, and figuratively speaking. These people are the people that are helping us to make sure that this channel stays here, doing what we do, which is having fun and trying to entertain you guys every weekend after the drudgery of a shitty week. And apparently Jonezer had a craptacular week this week. Mine started out so-so. I was sick as a dog Monday. And then I found out yesterday, towards the end of the day, that I was actually going to be off today. So that was a pick me up, because my week has not been exactly the greatest in the world either. But you know what? What they say, that which doesn't kill us only makes us stronger. And OBS says facts don't care about feelings, and she's right about that. And all you guys don't care about my fifis. I care about you guys. I care about you, OBS. We care about you. We care about you, OBS. There we go.
As far as my week there, Bill, I feel like somebody was sticking a lot of pins in their Jonezer voodoo doll, so we just kind of did what we did and rolled through it.
In our messed up week, says OBS, and Screw Your Feelings says, forget my name. I care about you. I care about you. Yeah, I care about you too, bro. We care about each other. This is Easter weekend, everybody. It's a time for, here we go, Nightwing. Thank you, sir. He wants to hear the legendary Superpower show. We're going to get you hooked up there, brother. I guarantee you. And OBS says, Jonesy, yep, I guess we all had the same vibes of the universe. Well, it bees like that. That's just part of life, isn't it, Joneser? You get the good ones and you get the bad ones. Yeah, there you go.
You scratching up or breaking up real bad. You're crackling.
Am I?
On my end.
Let that go. Well, I don't know if I can do much about that right now, except just try to hang on. Yeah, sound messing up, she says. All right, I'll tell you what, I'm going to do the same thing I did to you and see if that fixes me. I'm going to turn my auto gain off. Control room to come up here. Turn your video off. Turn my video off. Go to audio settings. And get that auto gain off. I'm turn that noise gate back on.
Just remixing.
Auto gain off.
Mixing it up. I lost you completely. I cannot hear you. Your voice is making no sound. The sound. Silence.
Oh, test.
There he is. There he is. There he is.
All right, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, sir. You're a little quiet, but I can hear you.
So, speaking, when you say a little quiet, you mean you can't hear me at a normal volume? Is my volume messed up?
Yeah, but I mean, maybe it's better. I don't know. Maybe that's what was making it pop, was it was too loud before.
I don't know. Let me. Yeah, I hear you now. All right, I'm going to go in and do another setting here to try to fix my volume and see if that takes care of things.
See, because it's not
I'm
fun
I'm
to
I'm,
just
I'm
do the
monkeying with
show.
some
We gotta produce the show as we're doing the show. Yeah, the OBS confirms the volume is lowish. So am I still loud and proud?
on my end anyway. So let me go in here and fix this. System sound. Pull it up. I hate it when things
Jonezer
get
is
slow.
loud. That's right. I'm always loud. Even when I'm quiet, I'm loud.
If you get a new computer, will this crap stop? Yes.
Maybe.
Is louder than Bill. Right now, Bill can't even pull up his sound settings. Sound. Come on, Dan.
Shout.
Right.
Shout.
This is how the sausage is made, folks. Eat it up.
See, would it help if I made some circus music here? Like if we went.
There you go. That's called Thunder and Blazes, folks.
Right. Is that the name of the song? I never knew that.
That is what it's called. It's called Thunder and Blazes.
I never knew that. I didn't know it had a name. I just called it the circus song.
Yeah. And
See, that's what we do here on the Up All Night.
I'll get it. What do you say about Up All Night?
I was saying that's how it go on Up All Night. You know, we do the circus, we do the producing the show while we star on the show, while we troubleshoot the show. You know, I mean, you call it circus, man. We got the freaking elephants, the clowns, the guy getting shot out of the cannon, the motorcycles in the cage. We got it all here. We got it all.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Down here to my microphone, device properties. Everything going slow on my computer. I got too much shit going on over here. I'm gonna pull my volume up to 100% here and see if that fixes things.
You already heard you louder. Do it again. Say something.
Better. Something.
Say something.
All right. Hopefully that fixed it. All right. Let's see if that worked. All right. Here we go. I'm working on details for a wrestling channel and doing my first live test tomorrow with All Music Fan 88, Bill and Jonezer. All right. Well, you know where to contact us at to let us know when that's going to be and how we can support that. So let me know. I'm watching your video the other day, He-Man Evil. That made my hump day fun. Toy Mama is Mary coming in tonight. She may or may not. I mean, you got to remember how late it actually is up there in New Brunswick or wherever the hell that they are up in on Atlantic time. So they're even 2 hours. They're 2 hours ahead of us instead of an hour ahead of us, like over there on the east. The East Coast. What is
the
that
eastern,
called?
western, midwestern coast of Florida,
yeah,
or wherever we are.
Time. All right, so they're even an hour ahead of Eastern time, so it's real late. So she may or may not pop in. She might not have got her notification. But anyway, yeah, that's what's going on. All right, now let me see if I can make this work. This is going to be fun and interesting as well. All right, so I've got a browser window here so that we can look at what came out. This is the fall 2024 product listing. This is courtesy of Toy Arc website. I'm giving them props here because I'm going to use their website to show these toys off. So I'm giving you Toy Arc
your crackle-a-lackin' and just
here. Telling tell you where this came from, so that you don't do like Ethan over at the Figure in Question and come back and give me over 80 something fucking copyright strikes in one day and obliterate my channel out of existence. Please don't do that to me, and I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Can you still hear me, Jonezer?
You were popping that crackling stuff a little bit ago, but you're fine now.
All right. Well, that's going to go in and out. Maybe it'll get better as the night goes on. Okay, so here's a nice little picture of Skeletor on his bone throne. And you were telling me that you liked that Skeletor, and I do too. Look at those bare feet. Go ahead, Jonezer.
He reminds me of the original mini comic artwork, the Akala look, you know, especially in the head sculpt. I ordered this one. I really wanted the bone throne. I wasn't sold on the Skeletor until I saw some high res close up pictures, and now I'm happy I ordered the thing.
That's good. OBS, I am just outside of the window for the totality of it. I will see a pretty good show where I'm at. But if I were in Arkansas or over that in that direction, I would see the eclipse a whole lot better. And Lack Sivrak has joined us. Hey, Lack, good to see you. General Lack Sivrak, are you still at the mothership? And how long is it going to be before they throw your ass back up there into the frozen north? And OBS says, are they shutting the schools and calling the National Guard? What else? I don't know anything about that. I don't watch the news anymore. It used to drive me up the wall and give me heartburn, and so I quit watching it. Ignorance is bliss. They'll just be rounding me up, and I won't know it until they come knock on my door.
They're coming to take me away. Haha, they're coming to take me away.
To the funny farm. I absolutely am. Have you? I went and did
it's not so funny. It's not so funny on the funny farm, if I'm being honest.
Paul and I went to an insane asylum last year. The video on this channel, folks, if you want to rewatch that, it's a good watch. John's absolutely in the line of the eclipse. Hey, Lack, you're the Alaskan dude? Well, he's not really from Alaska, but he's up there right now. You might be originally from Alaska. I don't remember. I know you lived near me for a little while, just down south, a little south of me and over a little bit here a while back. Anyway, let's move on down this page here. If I can make the page work here. Here we go. All right, so here's the Turtles of Grayskull. And we can see that they've got Michelangelo with a He-Man haircut. Not interested in that. Skeletor. That looks like an interesting Skeletor. I like that samurai-looking armor. What do you think about that?
It looks neat if the skirt and the weapon maybe is glow in the dark. That would be kind of cool. I passed on all of these. I haven't gotten any of these Turtles of Grayskull figures. I have no interest in them. Any of the Ninja Turtle stuff I got, the classic reissues of the stuff that I had when I was a kid, and that's all the farther I've gone with Ninja Turtles.
Right. I'm about on the same page with you about that. I mean, that merman's kind of interesting. They reused the tail buck from Lady Slither and turned it into a mermaid tail or a fish tail for a mer creature. Let's just say. But I'm not getting that. I'm not getting Hordak, although he's got his cannon and he's looking awful filmation-y there with that blue skin. The two bop steady means that we're going to get our what's his name, the two-headed thing from Motu vintage that we're going to do in the Origins. We're going to get him. Too bad, yeah. So two bop steady means too bad's coming because they got the buck for him. Splinter Skull, I'm not interested in that. Leatherhead, I don't know what that is. There's Casey Jones. Of course, you can't have a turtle line without him. And look up there. There's April O'Neil.
With the classic one they so far have, he has not been released for the original looking ones, reissues.
Odd. That's odd. I think they would, wouldn't you?
Well, yeah, and you know, I'm kind of partial to Mr. Jones. You know, my cousin Casey was working hard for the Turtles there, you know, and he represents the Jones name. So, you know, we love these angry vigilantes who beat people into submission. You know, is a man after my own heart.
I turned the mic off while the train came by. It was awful loud this time. Honor you
So,
83. Hey man, he says in my area 100% for eclipse. All right.
so Bill,
And
did you hear that train a coming? Was it coming around the
I
bend?
did.
And have you seen
It
the
was.
sunshine since you don't know when?
I hope to see the sunshine in the morning.
I'm stuck in Folsom Prison. This time keep moving.
Yeah, there you go. Prison blues, folks. Maybe going back to on the 9th, but not sure yet. Talking about going back to Alaska. I'm going to watch Mr. B333. He'll be filming from the totality. All right. Going back to this picture here, we got Stealth Ninja He-Man. I don't know. I'll tell you what I did order out of this group. I ordered that T-Law figure up there with the removable helmet. The girl figures are you don't get them much in any of these lines, and so I'm kind of partial to them. And it's got a beautiful head sculpt. We'll look at it here in a minute when we get down there and look at the big pictures. And I'm kind of on the fence about that sorceress April O'Neil there. Once again, another beautiful female figure with a different set of wings than we got on our sorceress figure in the Origins line. So Jonezer and I were looking at that pre-show, and it's got a brand new buck on it. So yeah, I don't know. Here we go. Here's the Masters of the Universe Origins and Masterverse list here. So once again, here's a figure I'm on the fence about is Evil Lynn, another girl figure you don't get often. And look, there's Adam and Cringer. I want that Cringer. I want that Cringer really, really bad. That's the Cringer I've wanted for the last 3 years. What about you,
That's the
Jones?
Cringer I've wanted since 1983. You know what I mean? That's the figure I think we've all wanted. Yeah, we've always I guess the play style when I was a kid, you took all the armor off Battle Cat and that was Cringer, and that was just going to be the best it was going to be, and that was it. You know, now we're actually finally going to have one that actually represents the character that we know as Cringer.
Absolutely. That is the one thing I've got that pre-ordered right now along with the Turtle T-Lock. And that's the one thing that out of all this that I want. Now, looking across this list here, there's some interesting things here. The Horde Trooper comes with something interesting. We'll look at that in just a minute. And then there's that Stranger Things He-Man and Vecna. I could care less about the Vecna figure, although it looks quite interesting and will make a great foil for He-Man. But that He-Man figure is special too. We'll look at it in a minute. There's something a little different about that than what we've seen normally, and we'll look at it in a minute. Now, I'm going to let you just go to town down here on the Masterverse because that's your bag, not mine. So you talk about what you see down there, brother.
Well, I passed on Revelation or Revolution Emperor Hordak. I got me a Masterverse Hordak that I like. I did get Princess of Power Leech. I'm very excited for the Leech. I believe if they throw a Mantena out there, Masterverse style, I'll have all the Horde figures I'd wanted for Masterverse. I did get New Eternia Cyclone. I think he looks really cool. I wanted to get New Eternia Thunder Punch He-Man, but passed on it just because I'm getting a little more choosy. Passed on Revolution Man of War Duncan. Passed on Revolution Snake Tila. I want this Merman, New Eternia Merman, but I've heard he's Walmart exclusive, which really makes me sad because that means he's going to be a pain in my ass to find. And if there's anything that Jonezer doesn't need, it's more pains in his freaking ass. But the new Eternia Battle Armor Skeletor looks interesting. I didn't see him up for pre-order. I'm wondering if he's an exclusive somewhere or something. I don't know. The Beastman movie figures I passed on. And, of course, we talked about the Skeletor and the throne. And, yeah, I'm getting that. So there we are with Masterverse.
One more thing. Yeah, one more thing I skipped up here in the Origins lineup is that vehicle there, that collector vehicle. I'm on the fence about that too. I'm probably not going to get that because of a couple of reasons. Number one, it's a big thing, and I don't have really the room for it. Number two is price point. But you were kind of excited about that, weren't you, Jones?
Yeah, that's another one like the Cringer that I've wanted since I was a kid. That vehicle was heavily featured in the cartoon, and it was never released into the vintage line. And yeah, I think I agree with Mike. I think $40 for the size of that thing is a great price for it. If we remember right, I want to say weren't those Striders that are now $10, $40 when they came out? The cybernetic horse or whatever.
I believe you're right.
Oh, you know what I mean?
And,
maybe
and look,
if
I think that the Night Stalker. Well, I was going to say I think the Night Stalker is going to be coming out here as one of those things that they're going to do on the Mattel Creations. I think I saw.
stuff.
Yeah, I'm not able to keep up with the chat here, folks, and my featured chat's not doing it either. But I am looking at it here. Skeletor Throne you showed at the beginning was badass. I may need that. It says Lax Sivrak. Well, we're going to look at all of these in a little detail in just a minute because there's some bigger pictures and some better pictures down here in the south. You can fit 4 characters in the collector. I know I saw 3 seats in it, and it looked kind of like a Cylon Raider inside of it. And Mike Fee confirms Night Stalker is going to be a Mattel Creations. What are you sipping on, Salty? She's liable to be sipping on some gin there. You never know. She likes to drink her drink on the weekend. And she's kind of on vacation now. Are you still on vacation, OBS? Inquiring minds want to know. Here comes a damn train again. All right, moving on down here.
Coming around the bend.
Yep. Driving that train, high on cocaine. All right, let's see if
Jonezer,
we can look at these pictures down here. Yeah, absolutely. All right, so I'm going to try to look at these pictures in a little detail. Here's the main picture of everything that we just saw. But there is the movie Beast Man that you said you have no desire for, but someone out there may. So there's a good picture of him. I like that sword, and the armor is kind of interesting.
Well, the only reason I didn't really want him is because I passed on movie Skeletor, I passed on movie He-Man, I passed on movie Evil Lynn. So if I start on these now, I'll have to buy the other ones, and I've got it. Can you guys see behind me? Do you think I have enough of these things yet? Maybe. So
no,
yeah, I got to pass on some stuff.
Yeah, you don't have near that. And of course, if you hear giggles coming from across the room, that is my dear wife over in the office next door to me. She can hear everything, and she's enjoying the show tonight. All right, so here is your Skeletor with Bone Throne. He comes with that cape, a couple extra hands, 2 staffs, and the Bone Throne is actually has a raised dais on there with blazing torches around him. It's kind of an interesting thing there. What do you think there, Jones?
I think they glow in the dark or change color or something, because I've seen different photos of them in different colors. I'm really interested to get this Bone Throne. I mean, this is what there we go. So yeah, I don't know if you can like stick a light under there or something, or what's going on there. But that thing is just too cool.
I'm thinking, yeah, I'm thinking glow in the
Glow in the
dark.
dark
There.
makes sense.
That's what I'm thinking. And it looks like he's got an extra armor piece that you can put on him. I haven't seen that one before.
It's the same from the new Eternia Skeletor. Had that piece just painted different.
Yeah. Some of these pictures I've seen and some of them I haven't. So some of these I'm going to be seeing brand new, folks. So you'll see my natural reaction here when I see them. I did notice that he's got the bare feet that look like feet and not like merman's feet. So I like that. And I do like the Alcala look to the head sculpt.
That's what sold me.
Yeah, and notice that he's got the shin guards on, the half shin guards like he had originally back in the day. So that's going to be a hard one for me to pass up on, but I'm going to do that because I've got a Bone Throne and I've got all the Origins figures that I need. I don't need to start on anything new.
Black, these are 7-inch. These are the Masterverse. They would fit in line with the classic size. For my money, and I've said this before on the show many times, and I'm going to say it again. I think these Masterverse are easy way to get the classic style figures at a cheaper price, and I think they're better quality. Fight me, I'm right.
Proving wrong at your own peril. Speaking of proving wrong, I'm going to tell you right now that something that you said last week and that you disagreed with me about, I was correct on. Can you guess?
You're gonna have to remind me. See, I've got when I'm right, I have a brain like an elephant, but when I'm wrong, I tend to forget I ever said that. So you're gonna have to remind me.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Sung by the Pointer Sisters.
Yeah. Was it on Electric Company? Or it was on Sesame Street?
That is correct. It was Sesame Street all day long, along with Ladybug Picnic and the Yo-Yo Master and all that. And I watched them all on YouTube, and it was all I could do to keep from stealing them with my superpowers over here, my ability to sail ships and shit, and get them and actually show them to you. But I know better because I don't think the television workshop would appreciate me doing that. But you know, and Mike P likes that Skeletor head. All right, let's see if we can get the chat to catch up here so we can show it on the freaking screen. Anyway, going back over here to the pictures that we were looking at. Here we have that the Skeletor's hood is either removable or he has an extra head, and you can show him with his full skull head.
Bill, you're crack-a-lack-a-lacking bad now, and barely even understand what you're saying.
Yeah, well, you are too. So our audio is awful, and I hope we're not losing viewers over it. Maybe the pretty pictures will keep them here. I said that Skeletor's got a hoodless head there. I don't know if that's an extra head sculpt or the hood is removable.
I can't tell you.
Did you hear what I said though? That's my one concern.
Yeah, if the hood's removable, if it's an extra head, I think all music fans saying it's an extra head for sure.
I think he's right. And notice once again, the lights are a different color instead of green. Now they're orange. I don't know what that means. Who the Smurf is interrupting my weird late night catch up viewing with a weird late night stream? That would be us with Up All Night there, Johnny. Good to see you, my brother. Thank you for coming in and joining us tonight. Let's move on to the next picture here. Who Daddy is? Is that Hordak?
I can't see it yet. Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, that's Emperor Hordak, I guess. So
Hey,
I passed on this. I don't know. It didn't look like anything I needed to be a part of.
never seen this character before. I don't know what it's from. Maybe the new He-Man show.
Yes. Yeah, Revolution Hordak.
Hey.
Not my Hordak, says All Music Fan 88. Yeah, not mine either.
All right. This is
Here we
Leech,
go.
I take it.
This one I'm excited about. Yeah, he's a must-have if you're a fan of the Horde. You know, to me, the core members of the Horde are Hordak, Leech, Montana, and Grizzlor. And you know, without them four, is it the Horde? Leech is an interesting character too, just power scale wise, because he has that ability to stick that little suction cuppy hand on somebody and absorb their powers. So, you know, I mean, he gets there and he sticks that little friggin' hand on He-Man's head or something, and the next thing you know, he's got the powers of He-Man, or at least some leached off, borrowed powers of it. So I always felt like he was an underrated character. In the original mini comics, they had him like growing like a big giant, and them having to fight him as a huge giant and chasing Merman out of the water. And you know, so he came in like a splash, you know, like, well, wow, who is this guy?
So he's got power similar to the Parasite in the Superman comics. Then
Similar, yeah, very very similar. I don't know if he can.
I knew
If he's on that same level is what I was going to say. I don't know if he's on that same level.
Okay. Well, the reason I was asking that or saying that is because I knew he could take your life energy away from you with his suction power. But like the Parasite, if say for instance he touches Superman, he can fly now, and he gets Kryptonian abilities. And in the Spider-Man comic book, when he touched Spider-Man, he became like Spider-Man. He could walk up the walls and all that stuff. So. I'm just wondering if Leech gets to take not only your life energy away from you, but he also gets your powers as well when he does that.
You know, there's been several different versions. I know in the She-Ra cartoon, he just takes all your energy and adds it to himself. You know, in the mini comic, he seemed to be able to absorb people's energy or powers. And what was a real interesting take on it they did in DC Comics later, the later versions of DC Comics in the 2000s. He was like a plague, and he was like sending out like a plague where they had an adventure of Leech, and they were quarantining, and this was an adventure with Prince Randor and Duncan from the Eternian Guard, and they had to make a hard choice where some infected civilians to stop the spread of the plague had to be put down by the sword by the king. And it was a pretty dark story of the king showing how heavy the crown may lie when you have to make hard decisions like that for the good of the kingdom. You know, and you could see him sitting on his throne feeling very old, sad, and defeated about the horrible things he had to do to keep the people safe.
Crown do way heavy in the head.
Yeah, and it's a very dark story, but that was some of the fun of the DC comic version later, is they did get into some blood and guts and some harder stories.
And I want to say hello to my friend Eldor, the Masterversal Toy Hunter, who has come to say hello to us tonight. Hope you stick around, Eldor. It's going to be a good show. We're going to have some music and fun after we get through looking at this slideshow here that we're going through here. We're going to see some more pictures of the Leech there. Pretty cool looking figure, I must say. And looks like he's got some kind of whip thing going on there on his wrist.
Yes, sir. That's a new thing. I don't think I've ever seen it with that or depicted with that before, but I find it very interesting. all those Horde had the like Chewbacca crossbow type weapon, and it wasn't very original. You know, they just all had a different color crossbow. I like the little breakdancing move they got him going on here too. That's very 80s.
Yeah.
I remember trying to do that
Yeah,
move
well,
when I was a wee little Joneser.
I think they're kind of giving us an idea of what the articulation is like on these figures with this goofy looking picture here. But yeah, that's kind of cool. I like that. And I think the Horde, I think the stupid crossbow thing is like their signature weapon. They all have one.
I didn't
And
care for
here
that.
is
Most of the time when I played with them, they didn't have that. I just put that to the side.
well, it didn't make much sense to me. Even the ones that they got now, it doesn't look like it does anything. I mean, if it had something to shoot out of it instead of that little click, it don't do anything action. You know.
If for me, it's like
Here's
okay,
old Cyclone. Go ahead, Johnson. Sorry.
let's say I was gonna expound on that crossbow thing. For me, like, okay, you got Mantena who can shoot beams out of his eyes. What does he need an energy weapon for? You got Hordak who could shoot magic out of his hands, or depending if you saw the cartoon version, he could turn his hand into a cannon and shoot it. So what does he need an energy weapon for? Leech's best weapon would be his suction cuppy hands. So I mean, putting an energy weapon in his hands would just be handicapping him. And why would you want Grismore, who would seem to be more like a savage beast monster, to have some kind of energy weapon? Wouldn't it be better if he ripped and tore with his claws? So to me, they were diminished by that weapon in every way.
Good point there, Johnson. I don't know if everyone would agree with that, but I can see his point. And I think the weapon was included because the designers felt like there needed to be something extra in the pack with all of them.
Yeah, more is better than less.
And here we have old Cyclone in his Masterverse version. I'm not digging that head at all.
I don't know. He it looks a little like the original one in a way. I'd have to see a closer picture.
Let's move on here and see what else there is. Here's a picture of him with his look like flame things that you can clip onto his hands there. And Mike Fee says he gets every Hordak.
Probably to invoke his whirlwindy, tornado man powers or whatever we're supposed to be seeing here. He's supposed to be the human cyclone or human tornado or whatever he is.
Yeah, and the Origins version, which you and I and Gojitron were all kind of working together on getting me a couple of figures of that, has got little clip-on tornado thingies to go on his hand. We'll look at that in just a minute, but or maybe I don't think it's in this slideshow, but no action feature where his waist will spin around or whatever, where his legs will spin around like Red Tornado or anything, but he's got this clear shield. Did the original one have that clear shield? I can't remember.
He had a yellow shield. It was not clear, but I believe I do. If you give me a second here, I think I can pull one up. Give me 1 second.
All right. Your second's up. Now here's another picture here, folks, with him with this mask on. I don't recall him in any media wearing this mask or visor down on his helmet there. How all music fan idiot, not my Hordak. Okay, and there's Joneser. He's got one in his hand. Here, I'll put you up real big there so everybody can see you real quick. Hold on, let me get down here to where you are.
Trying to make his little. There we go. Woo. He's got the old action feature, but yeah, as you can see, the shield isn't clear. But that's There's a vintage Cyclone with his little wheelie deal here in the back, where you can kind of do this backward. Turn him. You spin me right round, baby, right round.
Let's see. Eldor says, I'm hoping for the grayskin Hordak soon in Masterverse so I can finish my custom figure of myself. That's cool. I'm not going to buy too many hordes and avoid coming down with a DDT. Okay. And let's go to the next picture here. I was talking about that face mask there. As you can see, that funky looking face mask that he's got on him. What do you think about that, Jonezer?
I kind of like it. It's kind of got that samurai vibe to it, which I think that's what they were going for with the helmet and the original look on him anyway. So I think it just kind of plays into his original concept art probably and all that. Hey, Paula.
Hyperdelic is with us. Hey, Hyperdelic. Good to see you, man. Glad you could join us. We're kind of just looking at these pictures here. So you can take the flaming things and take them off his hands and put it on the shield. I kind of like that. That's kind of neat.
Right there.
And here we have He-Man. This is Thunder Punch He-Man, is it?
Yes, sir. I find it interesting that they added little props for the caps, just kind of pay homage to the old toy that had the caps, Yeah, one of those lying around too with caps somewhere. Very fun figure. That I love the smell of that thing, when you pop them caps, it just invokes that childhood memory, doing that.
Gunpowder, yeah. I always thought they probably could have got away with putting the caps in the thing. You can still buy those damn ring caps at dollar stores.
I don't know. Nowadays, I don't think they're going to be giving kids gunpowder. It just is what it is.
You can go buy fireworks that'll blow your damn hand off around 4th of July time. Why not have some caps that don't do shit except go bang?
America. Makes no sense.
Marca. Merkins. We're Merkins and we live in America. What do you think about Man-at-Arms there?
I passed on them. I'm not a big fan of the design or the Man of War thing they did in the other thing. I guess I'm old school. Man-at-Arms got to be Man-at-Arms. You can't make Tila or Andra Man-at-Arms. Man-at-Arms got to be Man-at-Arms. I don't know. The grumpy old man in me didn't like him advancing the story that far.
Off my lawn.
Right.
Clouds! Ah! All right. I'm looking at his funky looking hand here. I don't remember him ever losing his hand. Now you were talking about this snake goddess. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was to say, I believe it was just an extension of the weapon. I think in the show it must have went around his hand. He didn't lose his hand. It's just an armor piece or some such, or like a brass knuckle or whatever you call it.
Oh, okay. No, I'm like you. I mean, I'm not in this line at all, but I probably wouldn't want that. Not my thing. Now, if I were buying these, I'd be hard pressed not to get this figure. What do you think there? That snake, is that Snake Tila, or is that the sorceress, or is that the green goddess?
No, that's Snake Tila. At least that's what they're calling it. I didn't get this figure, but I'm kind of considering it just because she would do a good stand-in for a green goddess in that line, and I don't have one. If I wanted to pose out my Savage He-Man and have the goddess there to give him the relics, that would work nicely for that little scene there.
Well, dadgummit, I swear to God, I watched Revolution, but apparently it didn't imprint very well on me because seeing this, I'm having muddy memories. Like I said, I watched the thing when it came out, but like I said, I don't think it stuck. Maybe I need to watch it again. I do remember it ended with T-Law in the arms of He-Man, King He-Man. So that remember that. Sorry, folks. All that Revelation stuff is not my bag. I think Jonezer enjoyed it a whole lot better than I did, especially since he watched the first one over again before he watched the second, right?
I do feel like, because I really didn't like the first one. I did not like Revelation. And then when Revolution came out, I kind of came in with my hands up, like I'm probably not going to enjoy this one. I'm going to watch it anyway. And I actually enjoyed it more than I thought I would. And I do think if you play it from the beginning, from Revelation, and then watch Revolution afterward, I think it plays as a whole. It's a lot more of an enjoyable experience than it was sectioned out the way it was.
I think you're correct on that. I will agree with that statement. Here is the Merman. Is this the one you said you always wanted?
Is, with the exception of the head sculpt. I'm not crazy about that head sculpt. I would have preferred them to have them a little more mini comic looking, but this is probably going to be the better one of the ones out there for Masterverse. We had the Pirate One Eye one with no armor and 6 hands, which I don't know why they did that. And then the other one, it's kind of got the cartoony look to him, the Kevin Smith but it looked more like the classic Merman, which was the one I probably would have wanted. But I don't know if maybe I'd be better served to just hunt down one of them classics Merman, because that's got the look I really want, is that old school mini comic look to him.
Yeah. All right, let's
Tidarium Hanger says classics did Merman better, and I have to agree with that statement.
Oh, Tridarium Hanger, good to see you, sir. He's got an excellent channel. If somebody's got a wrench, Mike, they get Tidarium's Hanger's link up here so folks can subscribe to him. I don't know if you've seen his channel before, Joneser, but he's got an excellent channel there. Thank you for being here tonight, sir. I will throw your chat up on the screen.
Subscribe to him right now. So now that's done.
All right. Classics Merman is better, says Tridarium Hanger. I would throw your chat up there on the screen, sir, but my ability to do that is kind of hampered tonight. Thank you, Mike Fee. Mike got him up there, Joneser. I'd like to get that scimitar from that Skeletor. Okay. Yeah, we got it up. Okay. That head with that evil smile on it there, and the removable helmet aspect of it is kind of interesting. Here is the figure in question. Go ahead with your thought there, Jones. Sorry.
Well, I was gonna say the design on that's an interesting choice, because they didn't exactly go for like the classic battle armor Skeletor look. They kind of did an updated version of the battle armor Skeletor look, which I guess was an interesting choice. But I do think it looks neat with the helmet and the spiky shoulder pads and all that.
Is it something that you're interested in there, Joneser?
I didn't order it, but I don't know if it's available to order. I didn't see it out there. I'm almost wondering if it's one of
these
those.
These are not. Well, have a heart. Just because they weren't available on pre-order now doesn't mean they won't be later. They had said that only some of these were going to be on pre-order now, and some of these will be on pre-order for later on in the year. So just be patient, folks, on that. Now, this is the figure that we've all been waiting for all of our freaking lives, I think. Not the Prince Adam, folks, but the Cringer.
Agreed. I love that it comes with two heads, so you can get two different styles of expression. It looks like they got the little cute smiling Cringer and then the surprised or scared looking Cringer. So I am very happy with those two choices.
And apparently Prince Adam's going to come with an extra hand there. What is the deal with that hand? I think that is so that he can hold his power sword properly like this when he's got it up over his head.
Probably the crooked hand for him to do that. It looks like we got a laughing head too, so we can get that classic Prince Adam look, you know, where he's
and Cringer's fully articulated. Now you can see not only his front feet articulated, but also his back feet paws are articulated, so he can get that sit down pose when Adam turns to him to give him the power of Grayskull. I've saw a few of these, but I haven't seen all of these pictures of this particular figure. They're touting this figure here, folks. They know that this is the one that we've been after. There's the laughing Adam there, pointing at himself and just hoo ha ha. Oh, look at that.
I haven't seen it yet. If you change the
Quiet there, Jones.
I'm a little behind the
change
video feed, so
now
I see
watching it on YouTube. Yeah, he's watching from YouTube because I don't have the ability. Well, I do have the ability to broadcast it to him through the way we're doing this here, but if I do that, our sound and video quality gets even worse than it is now. I like that. That's cute. Look at there. Oh.
Yeah, it's a neat pose.
Exactly. There's that hand I was telling you about, so that he can hold his sword. And I bet you that can be transferred over to your regular figure. So maybe I've got an extra hand for my He-Man, so he can hold his damn sword right.
That would be cool.
You think that hand will pop right on the organ?
Well, All Music Fan 88 is saying you could give that hand to He-Man too. So yeah, that's probably what it's for, what it's going to work for, and why it'll make having a second Prince Adam worth having, I guess. You know.
At least for the hand anyway, right? As I'm waiting for this to advance. There is the vehicle in question. Are you after this there, Jones? Or I know you are.
I ordered it. Yeah, I ordered this. Yeah, this is one I wanted since I was a kid. It's just an iconic vehicle from the show. This is probably the one that was featured the most as far as a vehicle Skeletor rolled around in, which is kind of gnarly because it was never given a release in the vintage line. You know, you would think if we were going to go with stuff that they were selling, they'd be flying around in Rotons or, you know, but they weren't. They were flying around in this.
And Aubrey Fan 88, Jeff says he likes the Prince Adam too, but it's just him. No, it's not just you, man. And just because Jones or I are not interested in that particular Adam figure doesn't mean that you can't be. And I don't want you to feel that way. I don't want anybody to feel that you have to follow my lead on any of this shit. I'm just telling you my opinion on it. Now, you're certainly entitled to your own, and I would never disparage your opinion on anything.
All right. Well, no, our taste isn't everybody's taste. You know, even me and Bill can disagree on some things. I'm big into the Masterverse figures, and Bill doesn't have any interest in them. So I mean, everybody likes different things.
That's correct. And someone that was in the team chat the other day was commenting, I think it might have been Gilster, how the interior of this vehicle reminded him of the layout of the Slyline Raiders from the old vintage Battlestar Galactica television show, with two in the front and I guess the leader sitting in the back like that. Somebody said there were 4 seats in that, but it looks like 3 to me. But maybe you could, make another figure fit in there. I don't know.
Just from the size scale, seeing that you can fit at least 3 figures in there, I mean, that's pretty cool. The thing's going to be huge. It's going to be the menacing vehicle that I wanted it to be, So, yeah, I'm pretty excited about that one.
And now, once again, I think the collector as shown on the cartoon was a lot bigger than this. But what more could you expect from an action figure line? It's not supposed to be as big as the damn room that you're playing in, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, you're not going to have like
Mike,
Skeletor and He-Man walking around inside of it and fighting, and then Skeletor kicking him out of the hole in the collector like they did on the one episode or whatever.
oh.
It's not going to be to that scale, but I mean, it's going to do the trick.
And Mike Fee said he ordered 2 Adams and Cringers. Okay. Somebody else ordered them from, I think it might have been Jeff, said he ordered them from 3 or 4 different sites just so he could make sure he got it. Well, if you do that and you don't want 3 or 4 of them, make sure that whichever one that you decide to go with, you make sure you cancel the orders on the others. Now that's the ship, says Nightwing. Yeah, that's the but I like that gold chair in the back for Skeletor to sit in.
Right, to prove he's the superior one, fly me around, flunkies, So I dig it.
Absolutely. And moving on over here, there's a size comparison there with Filmation Skeletor with his collector. I think it's the right size for those figures. I think it works. And of course, you don't have to use it with the cartoon figures. You can use it with your Origins figures. Pretend like it's a vehicle that Skeletor has always had, even in the mini comics.
No, I don't know if I remember seeing it in the mini comics or not. Yeah, I'd be interested to see which one it's in.
It's not in the mini comics, Jones. I think that's a Filmation only vehicle there, brother.
Yeah, I believe you're right.
And here is the weird mashup of the Stranger Things with He-Man. That's supposed to be Vecna from the television show with Hordak feet, a strange looking head, and a new buck, I guess, for the upper arms and body, reusing some Beastman arms with a different hand. I'm kind of torn as to whether to get this or not because I want that He-Man figure. But if I did get it, I guess Vecna would make a good monster for my figures to fight against.
Well, and I believe this one is Target exclusive, if I'm not mistaken. So, happy hunting.
Well, yeah. If I ever see it in Target, I'll be hard pressed not to get it. Oh, let me go back to that for just a minute. I'm showing the Red Trooper here, but see if I can zoom in here. Get any closer? Yeah. So you see that He-Man head right there? That ain't the He-Man head that's been released here lately. That looks more like the vintage He-Man figure than anything in the world, except for the white around his eyes. What do you think there, Jones? Is that a different head sculpt?
I believe it is. I think it looks kind of funny to me. I don't know. I personally I don't care for it, but I mean,
Yeah, it looks like they put a wash on his body too. Do you see that?
ew. I'm not sure if I'm a fan of that either. I've got He-Man, I've got Battle Armor He-Man and Thunder Punch He-Man and Flying Fist He-Man and the weird battle damaged He-Man, and I think the last thing in the world I need is another Origins He-Man, if I'm being honest. Wondar, you know, he might as well be He-Man. I think we're good on the He-Mans.
Now here's an interesting figure. This red trooper's coming with something very interesting there as an accessory. Do you see what I see? Do you
see that drone or that Skeletor drone thing, and that thing is what's making me want that. I'm not really too crazy about the Crimson Trooper. I mean, he looks cool with the little Roboto trap jaw accessories and the extra arm and all that. And I guess that's neat, but really that drone or that floating Doombot or whatever, that's the hover robot. There you go. That's what I want. I'm hoping they'll do a 3-pack of those or something so we can get them. Of course, this one's Walmart exclusive.
I think if you hold out for it, you're going to get. Yeah, I saw that. I think if we hold out long enough, we're going to see these in the classic hoverbot look because they're not going to waste this buck on just one freaking release of that figure like that. No. And like Jonezer, I want it to be a 3-pack with 3 hoverbots in it. I've been wanting some hoverbots to go with my figures here. That I think Skeletor needs something like that. Some fodder that He-Man can just totally destroy and let loose on.
Agreed.
And what is this?
I don't know. I haven't seen it yet.
It's coming up. Trap jaw, arms, and gun, and claw, and
weird mechanic head, freaking whiplash thing. I don't know. It's just them making up stuff now, but I mean, I guess it's kind of cool.
I'm not a fan. I don't need this reuse of everything that they've already released already.
Eldor is saying it's terror.
All right.
I don't know if he's new to the line or Terror was in classics. Onryu 83 is saying. So I guess this was done before.
Does that He-Man body make a good Doc Savage custom? I bet it would. Man of Bronze. I'm digging his boots. The boots look like something new. Otherwise, the figure's the same.
I think those are Mosquito boots.
Okay. So, they've been released as well. Okay. All right.
That
nail it right.
Look like them?
Yeah, that's them. They just hadn't got the red stuff painted on them.
Yeah, so those are Mosquito.
They did 3-pack of hoverbots and classics, so they'll likely do so again in Origins. That's what I'm thinking, Jeff. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. So I'm just going to hold out for that. All right, let's move on. Okay, folks, they're really touting this figure, guys. They made a whole bunch of damn pictures of him. There, here we go. Now here is the Filmation cartoon version of Evil Lynn with her crystal ball wand and the shaping staff from the cartoon. I'm on the fence about getting this for a couple of reasons. One, beautiful figure. Number 2, you don't get very many females in this line. The only thing I'm not digging is the flesh color. It's not that's too yellow for the cartoon, I think. What do you say, Joneser?
I like the head sculpt. I like the color of the accessories, the wand, and of course the inclusion of the shaping staff. I'm agreeing with Mike Fee here with the sad face for no cape. I believe she appeared in the cartoon with a cape, most of the time. So,
all right, both of you guys will have to hit the Evil Bay and pick you up a China figure just so you can get her cape and steal it off of her and stick it on your Evil Lynn figure. There's your cape right there. I don't know why they didn't include that fucking cape with this figure. They already had the damn mold made. Listen to my chair squeak. Send me some money in a super chat so I'll buy some WD-40. Moving along here, let's see if we got another picture. Yeah, there's another picture of that figure. Now, the skin tone looks a little better in that. Maybe it's not as yellow. I don't know, or maybe that's just the lighting. But this picture here looks rather jaundiced to me. I don't know. Maybe just me. Maybe it's the lighting. I don't know.
I think this is one of those figures where the more pictures of it you see, the better it looks.
Or it may look better in hand than it looks in any picture. That happens a lot, doesn't it, Joneser?
I think so. Like the more you scroll through these, the better I think she looks. Like saying it could be a prototype too.
Yeah.
I want to say that
Mike's
pre-order, and I think this is going to be what you get. It's already pre-order up on Big Bad.
Now here is the cartoon web store. I don't know if if his little string works like the original or not. Probably not. But are you interested in the cartoon web store there, Jonesy?
I haven't gotten any of the cartoon versions of any of these, and I don't think I'm going to. The more I look at them, the more I feel like I'm missing out because they do look cool. And they come with really cool accessories that I wish I had, so.
There's what is that thing in his hand? I don't remember him having a pet. Did he have a pet in the show?
I want to say this is from the Filmation episode, The Cat and the Spider. And now this has been a running motif with these cartoon versions is they come with some type of accessory that goes with one of the episodes of the Filmation show that they were featured in. So like Beastman had that little immobilizer ray, I think, from when they were doing, I don't know if it was dragon eggs or what they had. I can't remember. There you go. All
right.
Music Fan. The Grimalkin cat statue. That's what it was. That was the plot device, if I'm not mistaken, of the episode The Cat and the Spider that he appeared in.
The MacGuffin. Okay. It looks like he's ice skating there, doesn't it? Na 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 na.
Yeah, there you go. Now I see what you mean.
Who is this?
You're gonna have to give me a minute. I can't see.
I think our latency between us and you. Yeah.
I have no idea who
There's
that
a lot
is.
of latency going on.
That is a Ninja Fang Monster Snake Man Sun Man reuse guy. I just made that up.
Blue Sasquatch, is this live? Yes, it is, and it's obviously live because we are highly unprofessional tonight, but we're doing the best we can with what we got to work with. I ain't interested in that. That looks like the regular Origins line that they've reused everything that they could possibly reuse to try to make a new figure.
I'm going with that.
Have web store, says Jeff. Okay. Got a snake shield, Ram Man axe.
Henri83 saying it's Reptilax. He was created by Axel. I'm assuming Axel Jimenez, who was the guy doing the box art for the Origins line, which I'm going to have to say the box art on these Origins have been the chef's kiss. Like that has been the bee's knees. I've kept every one of them. I cannot throw those away, even though I probably should because I don't know what I'm doing with all these freaking boxes. But that stuff is just beautiful, and it's hard for me to part with.
I feel you there, Jones. The other day, I was looking at all those blister packs that my Origins figures came on, And Paula's like, you got to throw all this shit away. And so I let her throw the blisters away, and then I got the packages and I started cutting off the top artwork, and I'm gonna keep all of this. Reptilags, okay. A snake man, again, a background character from some of the artwork. Okay, I remember that. And no, there's nothing wrong with these figures because, yes, I guess the snake men as well as Skeletor or Hordak, they need fodder troopers. And
Goons.
yes, I made some fodder troopers for myself, you know, from made some customs of Galaxy Warriors for fodder troopers. So nothing wrong with fodder troopers, folks, and I can see why someone might want them. Yeah,
On whether he's a
I'm not
fodder
spending my money.
trooper or whether he's a character in his own right, the one thing we gotta give credence to here, Bill, is that the Masters of the Universe vintage line, we've almost seen almost every figure that it had. So if they don't come up with some new figures or some other things, then you're just going to see the line die, like has been so doomedly predicted, you know. But it will eventually come to an end. I don't think that's going to be anytime soon, or at least not the next couple years. But you know, you're gonna see some oddball characters that maybe not every old fan's familiar with for it to continue.
And I agree, Joneser, and they have to do things like this. They had to back in the day. That's why some of the figures that we had back in the day were made. They were obviously just reuses of what they already had. And this is a fine figure. And like I said, Axel came up with it. So, or it was said in the chat that Axel came up with that. I think Mike may have said that. So yeah, I get it. It's not bad. And you brought up a point. There's a person. It's not necessarily a friend of mine. It's a channel that I do watch occasionally. He's said and did some things in the past that a lot of people don't agree with, and some of the things I don't agree with. I do like to watch him to get his opinion on things, even though sometimes I don't agree with that either. And that is Scott Nutlick over there at Spectre Creative. And apparently, I think he's finally worked it out or something because his channel is still creating and releasing videos. So maybe that, I think I went off on that last week, but a Sunday. But yeah, he predicted, I guess, over a year ago today, around right now, that this line would be ending altogether. And then he went back and corrected himself and said in retail, but that's not true either because I think some of these figures are supposed to be released in retail at Walmart if you're lucky. Right now, I still saw, I saw Naked Stratos and that first line of snake figures like Squeeze and all that. That's all I see in Walmart.
Or even the retail, there's even some retail exclusives, which could tell you right there that's not the end of it in retail then.
No, it's not. He was wrong, and either that or his sources were wrong. This right here, folks. We need the full fucking battle ram. I agree. And Mattel Creations is going to be where you'd get something like that if they decide to do such an animal, and I don't think that they will. What do you think, Joneser?
I think that whether they do a full battle ram or they don't, we're going to be just fine in the Joneser house as we've got a vintage battle ram and my Origins figures fit on this bad boy just fine. And we can still, take care of that. Right in your living room, folks.
I got one of them myself. Yeah, if that were 3D, you'd be jumping out of your seat. So yeah, I've got one of those as well. I agree with you on that one. If we don't get it, we'll have it one way or the other. All right, moving right along here. Here is Filmation Clawful, who is much different from the actual figure himself because he has symmetrical hands or claws on his arms there. And that was because of the Filmation's cartoons. They wanted all the characters to be symmetrical so they could do the mirror image for the ability not to have to redraw a picture. But Are you
And that's
interested in
why
that?
in some of the episodes, Trapjaw's arms on the wrong arm, and then they had these problems with them when they weren't. That's why they put Man at Arms as armor on both arms so they could do this. I do like that he comes with the Horn of Evil, and then we can have the Horn of Evil without having to listen to Orko and Driel's song. So that's a plus.
And I find it interesting that a lot of things that have been done by some of the 3D artists, 3D printing artists, and people like Talos Dream Shop have been releasing these things for ages, these little accessories, and they're making sure that they're putting these in with these figures. Still on the hunt for fodder parts to finish my custom Prince Poison, Cybernetic Assassin, and the brother of King Hiss. Eldor to get his belts. Oh, that's cool, Eldor. We'll have to watch you do that. I'm sure you're going to make videos of all that custom work that you're doing there, Eldor. If you're not subscribed to the Masterversal Toy Hunter, folks, you're wrong. You need to subscribe to that man immediately. Here is Spikor.
I find it an interesting choice that they added Spikor to the cartoon collection because I don't think he was in, but maybe an episode or two. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. There were other characters like Triclops, for example, that were in several more episodes that have not gotten a release here. So I find his inclusion interesting.
I do as well. Matter of fact, today when I went by Walmart, I looked over there, and sure enough, that old Spikor figure that you saw in my last toy hunt video is still sitting up there on the shelf collecting dust. If anybody needs a Origins Spikor from the Origins line, not the cartoon line, let me know. I know exactly where there's one at that can be had. Let's see here. Okay, this is Viper Tower Man, I guess.
Let's see it. Yeah, that's I have no idea what that's probably another one of these classics ones they made or box art one. They're more Snake Man fodder or made up Snake Man or whatever. I don't know. It's interesting. He kind of reminds me of the look of Ratlor in the 2002 He-Man cartoon. I think Ratlor looked a little more like that. I don't know. I don't know much about this figure.
As you can see, he's got the collar and chains from the Viper Tower over there at Eternia playset. So
There's
assuming
our guy Eternian Ellipse here with the name Vipor. So thank you, Sir Clifton, for catching us up on that.
Thank you, and good to see you, Cliffy. I'm glad you decided to join us tonight. My featured chat's a little behind, but I guess if I leave it alone, eventually your message may pop up there. But yeah, what did he call it? He said his name is Vipor.
Vipor.
So he is the living embodiment of Viper Tower from Eternian playset. Is what it looks like to me. So I was close, Viper Tower.
So now it makes sense to me. That's what that's supposed to be.
And Elbow wants him to re-release Stinkor in the fan favorites wave. I passed on Stinkor the first time around. I wasn't interested in having the stinky skunk man figure. There you are. There's your comment finally popping up. You see how the latency is here? Yes, there he is. Does he have a stink to him, or is it just very vague?
It's a little bit different. I think the vintage one smelled differently than this one does. He doesn't stink as much as the vintage one did, but it has a bit of a different smell. I will say he does smell bad, whereas the vintage one smelled like patchouli, which I didn't think was a bad smell, but it was a potent one. But I don't know, it's faint, which I guess it was faint on the vintage one over time, you know. But when you got that sucker new when you were a kid, he was stinky.
Yeah. So here we have one of the turtles with a He-Man wig on his head. I'm sure there are those that they're going crazy for this, but I ain't one of them. What about you, Joneser?
Oh, this is invoking the old man yelling at the cloud. Why doesn't a turtle not look like the turtle? And why is it yeah, I don't like these. They don't look like He-Man figures and they don't look like turtle figures, and they just get me yelling at trees and shaking my fist at the wind.
Yeah, I'm the same way, but while I don't want this, I understand a lot of guys, young guys who were young when the turtles came out, not grown like I was when they came out. They interacted their turtles with their He-Man figures because they were all in the same scale and had the same stance. So this is probably right up their alley because that's the way they played with their figures. Now they could even make them interact further by wearing the same type of armor and having, looks like that. So if that's you, I'm happy for you and I'm glad you got this line to collect. It's just not me.
Well, and there may be a deeper reason for why those turtles invoke those He-Man figure feelings is because the great Mark Taylor was behind both of them.
There you go. And I think we talked about that in a private chat that we had the other day with some of our friends. Turtle shield looks kind of neat. He's got some nunchucks in his hand. I call them nunchucks because that's what we call them when we were kids. I think the pronunciation is nunchaku, but I'm going to call them nunchucks. Actually, we called them numb chucks, I think is what we call them. We didn't know how to pronounce them. Yeah. And there you can see the wig is removable, so he's got his regular look head there. There was one of them with a helmet on, and the helmet is kind of non-removable, and that's I think somebody in a video I watched didn't like that. Black's going to get the 4 turtles from the crossover line. Looking for Salty. What happened, girl? You pass out? Yeah, she may have not stayed with us, or she may be making herself a sandwich, or she might be drunk. I don't know. But hoping
all
that
of the above. She passed out drunk with a sandwich all at the same time.
Yeah, we're going to have some music and fun as soon as we get through looking at these figures, folks. So just hang tight. The figures have to be shown off. This is something that normally, we do over here. Is, we're not the first in line, but you get to hear our thoughts on these. So I wanted to do that tonight.
And if you skipped on all these turtles, you wouldn't break my heart, Bill.
Well, I'm just going. I can't skip. I'm on a website here going through the pictures that they have. Now there's your Skeletor, looking very samurai like. I guess this is from the turtle line, so I guess he's supposed to be Shredder.
Shreddator.
Okay. I'm wondering if the green stuff is glow in the dark, and if it's not, they missed out on an opportunity, I would say.
I like the little vial of ooze or whatever, if that's what that's supposed to be, the TGRI ooze that created the turtles there.
Yes. It fell off of the same truck that created Daredevil.
There you go.
I like that cape too. Did that cape come with the Ultimate Warrior? Somebody in the chat tell me. I think it was
Looks
red.
right.
Yeah.
That looks
I saw
correct.
someone. I thought I saw someone out there a while back took that red cape that looked like this design here off of the Ultimate Warrior figure and put it on Zodak. kind of making me want
I'm
to get
just
that
looking
open.
at this. I'm looking at this weapon here that's supposed to be what, like the iron claw or the what? It just reminded me of that like weird kung fu movie where the kung pao enter the chicken or whatever, where the guy's fighting the cow and they have it was in that moment the chosen one learned a very important lesson about iron claws. He hurt like that, man. I don't know if you've seen that.
No, but it reminds me of the fact that sometimes these weapons can be more dangerous to the person wielding them to the person they're trying to fight against. Okay. All right, there we go. Now here's the figure that I'm kind of on the fence. I went ahead and pre-ordered this, folks. This is T-Law from the Turtle line. That helmet is removable. That face sculpt looks excellent. I like this figure a lot, and I could care less about the turtleish looking armor, but that is a cool looking shield, I guess, and that sword is interesting. It looks like a giant slide. So I did order this. Not that I'm in the turtle line, but I got it for the T-Law aspect of it. I like that face. I like that body. So yeah, I ordered this, pre-ordered it. There you can see another picture of her. Just a nice addition. Look, she's got her ponytail too. You see that hanging out there in the back, that ponytail?
I do now.
And
Yeah.
going back over here, this other picture showed her. Yeah, here we go. There she is without her helmet. And notice she doesn't have her little tiara on either. So if you want a ponytail T-Law with no tiara, that's the head sculpt you need right there.
I suppose it is.
There you can see. And from what I understand, that ponytail is actually articulated, so you can make it wave back and forth by moving it. I'll let you catch up there, Jonezer, as you watch it on the YouTube live.
It reminds me of the Jean Grey figure from the X-Men 97, where she had an articulated ponytail as well. You could have it go blow whatever way you wanted in the wind, or lay behind her back straight. Or it's interesting. It adds for extra posability for however you want to put the figure on your shelf and display it like an adult, or if you want to play with it like a little child, like I do. It's either which way.
I'm popping these pictures back and forth here to show everyone that this turtle shell that she's got here can either be displayed as a shield in her hand or as a turtle shell on her back. There's two little pegs there on her back that pegs into. So that's an interesting aspect of the toy. And of course, here's Casey Jones. You'll see him in just a second here, Jones. He's got a lot here going on. There's a lot to unpack here. He's got a man at arms leg piece here. He's got a look like a jitsu hand that you can put on him. He's got his hockey stick, which he needs. That hammer was in another thing. It looked like he's got a Ram Man-ish looking helmet to wear. He's got a King Randor spear. I don't know what this big thing is here, this barrel looking thing with a handle on it. A Ram Man-ish looking axe here.
I'm thinking that's supposed to be the golf bag that you put all the weapons in and put on his back.
Gotcha. So this is a new thing here, whereas everything else looks like it's either resculpted from other things or whatever, except for the hockey stick, of course. Yeah, there we go. He's got his hockey stick in his hand. He's got all this shit in his bag on his back. He's wearing his helmet. He's got his fisto fist on his hand. And who is this? One of the turtles. I don't know. Somebody in chat tell me. two swords. He's got some funky looking pants on. Got some kind of a
Oh,
wrap. Yeah, wrap
that's
on his
Leonardo.
head. Okay.
The two swords and the
But
blue
I don't know
gave
what
it
they're calling him.
away.
Now here's He-Man. He comes with a cape and a hood. I don't know why. Skeletor belt, some turtleish looking armor. I guess that's a crown to go on his head, and a power sword. Here's another figure that I almost pre-ordered but did not, and that is April O'Neil Sorceress figure. I may go and pre-order that if it's still available. Anyway, it's got a different set of wings than came with our sorceress that we got with the Origins line. A brand new head sculpt, and looked like the brand new sculpt for every damn thing. I don't know what that hammer thing is with a green jewel in it or blue jewel. I don't know what that is, but it's an interesting figure and something that I might end up getting just to get the figure itself, not because I want to collect this line. Your thoughts?
I passed on all these turtle ones, and I'm probably not going to get any of these for any reason.
Okay, we're moving on along here. Here is Hordak. So if you want a blue filmation-ish looking Hordak with his arm cannon, there you have it. Now he's got some funky looking wings you can stick on his back that I don't remember him ever having. But he looks very, very much cartoonish here, even though this is in the, I don't know if this isn't the cartoon line here. This is the turtle line, but I don't see how much turtleish it's looking. I don't know. Thoughts?
You know, I don't see any Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Maybe they're going for Baxter Stockman with the fly wings.
Yeah.
You know, that may be the idea there. I don't know. Yeah, you do got that blue Hordak that a lot of the fans have been screaming for, but then, you know, they kind of screw you over by putting him in this line and not making him the way you want him. So to me, it's just if you wanted a Baxter, you don't got it, and if you wanted a Hordak, you don't got it, and you just got this monstrosity.
Uh, who is this? He's got a bush hat and some red thing, and I don't know what that other thing is, and he looks like an alligator.
I believe that's supposed to be Leatherhead from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And here's kind of funny. Here's the opposite of what we just had before. The Hordak figure looked more like Hordak, and I didn't see any turtle in him. Now here's Leatherhead, which goes kind of with the Ninja Turtle vibe. I don't see any Masters of the Universe in it unless it's supposed to be like Whiplash or something with the tail. I guess I don't know. I always liked the Leatherhead and the Well, I always liked him in the cartoon where he had that thick Cajun accent. He's like, I won't get those turtles. I guarantee, you know. And so he had a lot of. He was very memorable. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The only turtle. I mean, the only Motu thing I see is the standard Motu loincloth and belt and boots. All right, so let's move on here and see what else is here. All right, here's Merman, which they're taking the a brand new sculpt of the Lady Hiss tail there and they're making it more mermaidish looking and giving him that funky head there. And he looks translucent. The body itself, the legs and arms look translucent. He's got a new belt with dingle dangles on it and a new sword. I'm kind of digging that tail, but I'm not buying this figure, folks.
It's an interesting merman, or mermaid man, or whatever we got here.
Mermaid Man.
Again, here we go. It looks a lot like a Masters of the Universe merman figure, and I don't really see what, because isn't the point of this line it's supposed to be a mesh of like there's a turtle guy and a He-Man guy meshed together, and we got this guy. I don't see what turtle guy is supposed to be in here. I don't know.
I'm digging the armor, the chest armor, sort of, kind of, but that head isn't doing shit for me. Sorry, folks.
I actually kind of like it.
I like the tail idea. Yeah, the tail idea I like. Here we go. Here's a picture of him with the tail on.
Maybe he's supposed to be like Ray Fillet from the Ninja Turtles. That was like the
Fish man,
Stingray type feller.
Got the Hordak feet for some damn reason. Why can't they just make web feet like he's supposed to have? Look like big old flippers on his fucking feet. That's what he had in the comics. He's got different hands. He's supposed to have webs between his fingers, I would think. All right, I guess this is what's his name? The rat that taught him how
Splinter.
to. It's supposed to be like, yes, King
He's a
Gray
radical
Splinter. Yeah. It's got a King Grayskull cape and a He-Man chest armor thing going. Not my bag, folks. Sorry.
It's interesting to me to see Splinter and these big buff, ripped guy arms when he's typically depicted as kind of old and feeble. You know, so it's kind of an interesting look for the character for sure.
All right, here we go. This means we're going to get Too Bad, folks. There's the book already made for it. All they got to do is just repurpose it and make a Too Bad figure for us, right?
That would be the science behind it, I would imagine.
Yeah. And here's, I think this is the end of the slideshow. Here's another picture of everybody, and there's Skeletor sitting on his bone throne there in the middle. So you guys come back when this is over with and hit those comments. You've been slacking on hitting the comments on these live streams, especially on the last one I did last Sunday. Nobody commented on it. And the YouTube algorithm looks at that and says, "Oh, nobody's interacting with this guy. Let's kill it. Let's shadow ban his ass into oblivion." And here is that little card showing the Turtles of Grayskull. And here is the card showing all of the Origins and Masterverse figures. So that is the end of tonight's slideshow. Let me get back up here to just me and Jonezer, and I can kill this and get some more resources there. There we go. And I'm going to have to refresh my live chat. It looks like the live chat kind of died on me here. Oh boy, look at that. Yeah, I'm going to have to kill that. Come back over here. Oh shit. Ah, damn it. I just killed everything, folks. This is the show. New one. Pop this up here. And I need to get YouTube's open. I'll tell you
Bill,
what, while I'm
you're
doing all
messing
this
around,
shit, let's watch a commercial.
old
What's this stuff? Some cereal. It's supposed to be good for you. Did you try it? I'm not gonna try it. You try it. I'm not gonna try it. Let's get Mikey. Yeah. He won't eat it. He hates everything. He likes it. Hey, Mikey.
When you bring life home, don't tell the kids it's one of those nutritional cereals you've been trying to get them to eat. You're the only one who has to know.
Star Wars. You and your children loved it. Now, the Earthlings at Kenner have asked my associate and me to present the Star Wars collection. Truly remarkable toys and games for your children. What are you so excited about now? My goodness, the Star Wars TIE Fighter and X-Wing Fighter. Now your children can relive our great space battles or collect our wonderful Star Wars companions with Kenner's Star Wars action figures. R2, it's a little you. Kenner's new radio-controlled R2-D2 anyone can command. Ah, the Star Wars land speeder that moves like it's floating. And here's Kenner's Death Star space station, 4 floors of action. A trash compactor, too. Listen, R2. That's the Star Wars electronic laser battle, a game of speed, reflex, and reaction. These and other toys and games in Kenner's Star Wars collection are sold separately. Batteries are not included. May the Force be with you and your children.
They're unstoppable! But we're gonna stop them anyway! Send in the Marines! We're the Space Marines. Drake, Ripley, 8-Bone, Bishop, and I'm Hicks, armed with the latest high-tech heavy metal.
Look out, Hicks! The Queen's gonna crown ya! My bug rocker's on a roll! Bull alien attacking! Eat torch, bug brain!
Alien invasion problem? Send in the Marines!
Aliens! Send in the Marines!
Space Marines! Aliens!
So this is the new Hurricane. Hoo-wee. Glad it's on our side, Hondo.
Tracker here. Assemble masks. Intruder closing in.
It's a venom stinger! Look out! Hurricane engaged!
Vehicles each sold separately, with a figure.
Firefly heading for the sky!
Mask, where illusion is the ultimate weapon.
I'm getting out of here!
Mask, Hurricane, Firefly, and Stinger, each sold separately. New from Kenner.
Secret Wars. Marvel supervillains are coming. Secret Wars. Can the Marvel superheroes stop them? Marvel supervillains and superheroes figures each sold separately. Here, Doctor Doom and the Doom Platoon. Magneto, Dr. Octopus. There, Captain America and the Champions of Freedom. Spider-Man and Wolverine. Secret Wars. The secret's out. Dr. Doom and Spider-Man from the Marvel Secret Wars collection. Other figures each sold separately. From Mattel.
The Metric Marvels, Meter Man, Liter Leader, Super Celsius, and Wonder Grab. Metric superheroes, fighting to stamp out metric ignorance and introduce the system that rules the world.
There's a marathon that's just about to start. Running on and on and on will take a lot of heart. Meter Man is racing to show off his metric stuff against a famous miler who he knows is tough. Mighty rough. Now a miler runs miles, you know that's hardly any news. But Meter Man runs meters, which we ought to learn to use. So watch them very closely as they run their hard-fought race. You'll learn some metric distances by following their pace. A meter's just a little longer than a yard. That's not very hard. Lay 1,000 meters end to end to end. Then you got what's called a kilometer. 1 kilometer. Now they're on your speedometer. New York to Chicago is a pretty heavy run. 1140 since they heard the starter's gun. If they head for Florida to get a little sun, Miami in kilometers will be 1,901. If they run to Boston to get themselves some beans,
that's 2,008 kilometers.
If they head for LA to make the movie scene,
2153
in kilometers. On to Honolulu is about 5,000 more, but it's not exactly easy running across the ocean floor. Meter after meter, they run on and on and on, helping us see distance in kilometers. On and on and on. Metrically in their marathon. Marathon.
And we are back, and here is the music and fun list. We've already got two super chats to take care of here. One from Nightwing, who wants to see That Time Is Now, and Mike B, who wants to Dick Tracy. So we'll get started on that, and I will also play one of our new ones. We have some new a couple of new ones there on the list as well. So take a gander, take a quick gander at this list, folks, before as I get the videos set up to go, and see what new is there and what you might want to take a look at later. We will be watching a brand new video after we see the stuff that has been requested for tonight. Where did it go? I'm going down through the list here to try to find everything that everybody has requested earlier tonight. So we got That Time Is Now, and we want to see the Dick Tracy episode, and then I'm going to surprise you guys with one of the brand new ones. So get it up here where I can get them all set up to go, one right after the other. So That Time Is Now was the first requested one of the evening. So we're going to take a... Will we ever get a Dick Tracy 2 episode, Joneser?
It's in the can. On paper.
It is in the can. Or it's not in the can yet. It's in the mind on paper.
It's in this can right here in my noggin, my sick little brain.
Exactly.
We've got actually several episodes written out. I just got to film and do the work.
All right. OBS says, I'm here in the background checking out things and playing Mahjong. I came back for the member berries and music. Well, we're in the music time now, folks. So we're going to start out with some stuff that has been requested earlier with super chats. Thank you, super chatters. We had Nightwing and Mike B so far super chatting. So here we go.
I'm not sure if it's safe to report from my vantage point. I really need to leave. Civil Defense has informed me that the surrounding areas are in ruin. I see some people running now. In the opinion of this reporter, if this nation, or in fact the world, ever needed heroes, that time is now. That time is now.
Okay, Mumbles. Big Boy's on his way to the slammer. Itchy's probably at the bottom of the river. You are in the hot seat. Now, where is Flat Top?
What are you talking about, Brady? I don't know no Flat Top.
No point denying it, Mumbles. We got plenty of photos of the two of you together. Cooperate. Maybe get a lighter sentence. You got nothing on me. I didn't do nothing on my lawyer. Forget it, Sam. I'm done playing nice. Hit the lights. Sorry, Mumbles. Looks like you're in for a long night. You giving me the degree, I want my lawyer. This ends when you tell me where Flat Top is. Unfortunately for you, Mumbles, I don't believe you. Sam, why don't you go ahead and see what you can get out of him? I'm getting a coffee.
Calling Dick Tracy. Come in, Tracy.
What do you need, Pat? I'm kind of in the middle of something here.
Tracy, Flat Top's out on 5th and G, firing indiscriminately. 2 officers and a few civilians are down. He's screaming for you.
I'm on my way.
Where's Tracy? He doesn't have the guts to face me. I'll kill every copper until I see he shows.
He's out of control. Lost his mind. I'll have to wait for the right moment.
There yous are.
Steady, Tracy. He's gonna be out soon. Now! What? Reload? Not now! This is Tracy. Suspect is down. Repeat, suspect is down.
All right, Tracy. Dispatching an ambulance.
The year was 1746. The place, Dromossie Moor. The site of the Battle of Culloden. The Jacobite forces were massacred. In the aftermath of the battle, 400 or so remaining soldiers were rounded up and taken prisoner, and from there transported south to Carlisle Castle. Once there, the soldiers were lined up. 1 in every 10 were chosen to be executed, and the rest sent home to tell the tale. Legend has it, there were 2 brothers, side by side in Carlisle Castle. One to be executed, and the other sent home. And one turns to the other and says, "Don't worry, we'll meet again. Ye take the high road, and I'll take the low road. And I'll be in Scotland afore ye."
By yon bonny banks and by yon bonny breeze, where the sun shines bright on Loch Lomond, where me and my true love will never meet again, on the bonny, bonny banks of Loch Lomond. You'll take the higher road, and I'll take the low, and I'll be in Scotland afore Bonnie, bonnie banks of Loch Lomond.
And we're back, and we see Dick Tracy over there hanging out with Jonezer. And thank you, folks, for the kind words about that. That was a pretty tough video to get together. It took me 2 days and 2 different video editors to put that together. And once again, I put it on the screen, but special shout out to Boba Hicks, who did the voice of Zodak there at the beginning, who gave you the background story of that song. We're talking about Anne Murray. What was her song? Snowbird. You're probably right there, Lack. I can't say that you're not. But yeah.
Not familiar with Anne Murray's musical hits. I do remember the name. Pretty sure they probably had a commercial where they had her hits on an infomercial, and we could order them through TV, if I remember right.
Right. Yeah, and I agree. Like Sivrak, Boba Hicks is a great dude. He actually did that voiceover during his lunch hour at work there in Oz, and sent it to me by email yesterday, just in time for me to finish up making the video. And I had already started working on that little intro. And when I got the voiceover from that, I was trying to think how I could incorporate that. And I thought that having Zodak doing the voiceover would work. So yeah, she is a Canadian country goddess, says Lax Sivarak. She had quite a few. I'd have to see and hear the title to trigger my memory, says OBS. Okay. I'm looking down here. We've already gotten almost $10 in super chats toward our goal for the weekend. Good going, guys. That's 1/5 of the way there, and I'm at 922 subscribers. Just chugging along towards my 1,000. OBS likes Celine Dion as well. Yeah. Everybody has their musical tastes, and mine are varied. They go from a big gamut. They don't include grindcore, but I will listen to that when I'm forced to. What about you, Jones? Or what kind of music do you like to listen to when it's up to you to play the music?
I think it depends on my mood, or it depends on what I'm doing. If I'm angry, I probably do like more metal or that grindcore music. I don't know if I like it grindcore, but more angry music. If I'm washing the dishes, I tend to like classic country or Pink Floyd or Frank Sinatra or something. If I'm traveling in the car, I usually like classic rock. It just all depends on what mood strikes me. I listen to a lot of different things. Sometimes I just let the kids pick what they want, and might hear something new, and whether I like it or not might be a whole other thing. And Nowhere Bound. There's a good guy there.
Hey, what's happening? Hey, Weird, Fantastic, and Jonezer. I'm Bill, and this is Jonezer. And yes, this is Weird, Fantastic Toy Adventures channel. And the show you're watching tonight is called Up All Night. We won't be up all night, literally, but we will be here till probably the early hours of the morning. It's already tomorrow, Joneser. It's Saturday already, dude. The time goes by, man.
Well, time flies when you're having fun, I guess today was tomorrow yesterday, so here we are.
Here we are. And I'm
no tomorrow.
Oh shit. I'm up and at 'em, dude, and we got more music to go. We're not going to stop anytime soon. Even if Joneser cuts out on me, I'm going to stay here for a little while. I like Gregorian chants. That would be interesting to have a group of figures and have them doing a Gregorian chant. I'm going to put that on the maybe list there, OBS. Thank you. Don't give me no plastic saddle, says Lax Sivarak.
I'd like to request one, Bill, if we could get into the Adventures of Superman. I always liked that one.
All right. we'll look at the music and fun list. The Adventures of Superman is on that list. I will add that to our next hat trick. As a matter of fact, I'll go into studio mode right now and start queuing stuff up as I get some suggestions here, folks. We need suggestions. Suggestions rule the day here. I, of course, could show you one of my new ones. Look on that list and see what you see there, because there's a lot going on there that you haven't seen before. And I want everybody to get a chance to see the new stuff as well. So I'm going to get Adventures of Superman up here where we can watch it. And you guys pick something off the list and give me a suggestion there in the chat. Guys.
We got a request for The Sound of Silence.
That's going to go on up there. I figured that somebody would want to see that because that is one of the new ones. Absolutely. Get it up here where I can get it going there. All right, so we got Adventures of Superman, The Sound of Silence. One more, folks. Come on now. And don't be shy with the super chats, because those are going to get me a new computer rig. I beg every weekend long to get a $50 super chat goal for the weekend. Like I said, we've already had 2 super chatters tonight already with $5 a piece. So we're getting going.
I like the Angie baby. She's requesting the Angie baby. I second that.
All right, we'll get Angie baby up there as well. All right, so that gives us 3, and that's enough to get me started playing these videos. Let me get Angie baby hopped on up there, and we'll get going here in just a sec, folks.
Eldor's got a request for Motu karaoke.
All right, good deal. I will certainly put that on the list there, my friend, and we'll get that going. So we're going to have a nice four rock block here in just a second. Let me start moving things around here in my video list here, so where we can play them one right after the other. So we got Angie baby and Karaoke Night, which is also All Music Fan 88 Jeff's favorite. If he's still with us, he usually gets real sleepy about this time of night and starts heading to bed. Got to have some Motu, of course, says Master Versal Toy Hunter. I do agree, sir. And I'm going to get that right up here in our block of music to play. So here we go, folks. We'll start out with Adventures of Superman, Sound of Silence, Angie Baby, Karaoke Night. I woke up singing Angie Baby the other day, says OBS. All right, girl, you go. All right, here we go. We're going to get those musics going. Here we go.
The Adventures.
And we're back over here to the music and fun list. Nowhere Bound giving me some hand claps and fire there. Thank you, those high fives. And thank you, Nowhere Bound, for being with us tonight. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. The subscribe button, just check it out and see if it's been activated there. If it has not, hit that subscribe. And make sure you hit a thumbs up there for us so that you can support the channel and help us get out there. Share this around. These live streams are fun rewatches. I do have to cut some things out of them for later rewatches, but if you watch it live, you get to see everything the way it's supposed to be seen. So what have we seen so far? We saw the brand new one, the Bonnie Banks of Loch Lomond, and we also saw the Sound of Silence with Bisto. That was Bobby Bass doing the music there on the Sound of Silence. And I thought it would be great because Bobby Bass is my voice of Fisto. Oh, I'm subbed, says Nowhere Bound. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I appreciate that. And thank you, Jonezer, for showing us Nowhere Bound's channel so that we can all sub him up, folks. Appreciate that. So we're in the midst of music and fun. Anything that you would like to see on the list, I'll be more than happy to play. Just give me some ideas there in the chat. And if you want to help the channel out, super chats are welcome tonight. We have a goal this weekend of 50. We've already got 10 of that going so far, as 2 people have already super chatted tonight. Thank you to Nightwing and to Master Mike Fee for helping us out on super chats. And I'll come over here with me and Jonezer, and we'll take a look at the progress bars here. We see the super chat bar down below us, and above me there is the subscriber goal. And we want to get 1,000 subscribers so that we can get the ad revenue going on the channel. What do you think, Jonezer? Your thoughts on what we've done so far tonight?
You know, we've pulled a pretty good show out of our butt there. You know, sometimes you're trying to pull the rabbit out of your ass, and we got lucky. We got the ears out. The next thing you know, there it was. You know, so hey.
The replacements left of the dial, says Nowhere Bound. As my chat kind of peters out here on the featured chat, it catches up and then it gets behind. So I'm not in the mood to stop tonight. So I'm not going to feed any ducks yet, folks. So get back up here to the music and fun list so that we can see what we've got on the list now. Nobody has picked any of those wonderful sea shanties in a while. The Drunken Sailor, and I think Sally Brown and Wellerman might have got played last week. Of course, there's Scarborough Fair, Shipping Up to Eternia, and My Mother Told Me in Greensleeves. And of course, one of OBS's favorites there is Hoist the Colors, and a new one from last week is Danny Boy. So you guys just peruse the list there. There's some fun and strange stuff. There's some fun over there on the side. Instrument of War is a good little skit. It's got a little history lesson at the end of it. Hulk Hogan telling a lie. The Orko's magic trick. If you've ever seen the original Orko figure, it came with a magic trick. I did my own version of that in that. And of course, Bag of Lights is another little quickie magic trick. And we saw Jonezer's Dick Tracy episode 1, which begs you to finish episode 2, Jonezer.
I'll add it to the list to get around to it. I was gonna say some of the stuff. Lyric really likes the Wellerman. I like the one with the what's the one with the monster truck dudes or whatever.
Oh yeah, well we got 2 of those. There's Huey's Hot Rod, and then there's Digger, the Way Out Dragster. And we've already got a request here from Nowhere Bound for Drunken Sailor. You got it, sir. So I'm going to go ahead and start queuing up a list here while you guys take a look at the available things here, and we'll get you some videos going in just a second. You need to put some Klingon space shanties on the list, sir. Ah, yes, some rather hearty tunes indeed. Yeah, I hear you there, brother. I don't know if I know of any Klingon sea shanties, but if I ever find any, they'll certainly go on that list.
I think the Klingon versions, they kind of go like, and to sing the rest of the song, I'd have to pull out your tongue.
I hear you. I kind. What was that episode of the Star Trek movie? Was it Star Trek 4, where the Klingon said, "You haven't heard Shakespeare till you hear it in the original Klingon"?
I bet that is epic.
And Nightbot says that you can tip me there on StreamYards if you Streamlabs, excuse me, if you don't want to let YouTube get their share of the money. That's available as well. I think I pinned that in the pinned chat there at the top of the chat, that you guys can do it that way. So we got Drunken Sailor on the list, and you said you wanted one of the Weird-Ohs there. Which one do you want? You want Digger or Huey?
It don't matter.
I'm gonna put Huey up there, and we'll get Digger later on tonight. Let's see. Jonezer's got that Klingon down, says nowhere bound. He might have a little Klingon blood in him. I don't know.
You know, it might be in there. We've got a weird family tree in the Jonezer house.
No, I know that when you get angry, that sometimes the Klingon starts coming out.
Oh, you better believe it, baby.
The Warriors anthem. I can't pronounce that Klingon. Those Klingon words that you got there in parentheses there. Very good, sir. I knew you wouldn't let me down there. I'm gonna pull the Wellerman up there for your little boy there. So that gets us at least 3. That's enough to get started on what I call a hat trick. You know, the hat trick is the 3. So I'll get those up there and get those on the queue. And if you guys have any suggestions, please give them to me in the live chat there, and I will put them on the list to play. So I've got everything set up here to go. And if you're ready, Jonezer, I'm going to go ahead and cue the videos.
Sold.
All right, here we go.
Ready? 2, 3. What do we do with a drunken sailor? What do we do with a drunken sailor? What do we do with a drunken sailor? Early in the morning. Way, hey, up she rises. Way, hey, up she rises. Way, hey, up she rises. Early in the morning. Way, hey, up she rises. Way, hey, up she rises. Way, hey, up she rises. Early in the morning.
Shave his belly with a rusty razor. Shave his belly with a rusty razor. Shave his belly with a rusty razor. Early in the morning.
Way, hey, up she rises. Way, hey, up she rises. Way, hey, up she rises. Early in the morning. Put him in a longboat till he's sober. Put him in a longboat till he's sober. Put him in a longboat till he's sober. Early in the morning. Way, hey, up she rises. Way, hey, up she rises. Way, hey, up she rises. Early in the morning. Way, hey, up she rises. Way, hey, up she rises. Way, hey, up she rises. Early in the morning.
Stick him in a scupper with a hose pipe on him. Stick him in a scupper with a hose pipe on him. Stick him in a scupper with a hose pipe on him. Early in the morning.
Way, hey, and up she rises. Way, hey, and up she rises. Way, hey, and up she rises. Early in the morning. Give him a dose of salt and water. Give him a dose of salt and water. Give him a dose of salt and water. Early in the morning. Way, hey, oh, way, hey, oh, way, hey, oh, early in the morning.
That's what we do with the drunken sailor. That's what we do with the drunken sailor. That's what we do with the drunken sailor. Early in the morning.
Way up she rises, way up she rises, way up she rises, early in the morning. Way up she rises, way up she rises, way up she rises, early in the morning. Way up she rises, way up she rises, way up she rises, early in the morning.
Hey, let's fill this thing up with a little home brew.
All right. Now Huey is a guy who ain't very smart. He just rambles along in his crazy car. He shows no class and acts like a clock. And there's always a smell around Huey's hot rod. Oh yeah, Dio. A little homebrew really makes it feel. He can hardly hold his woody steering wheel. With stovepipe on top, he doesn't show much class. But there's nothing on the road that Huey can't pass. Huey's hot rod, the coolest rod on the scene. Huey's hot rod, the smelling rod, feeling mean. His
just keeps coming back for more.
Huey's hot rod ain't exactly Mr. Wayne.
Don't make a mistake and tempt him at a light, because before you know it, he'll be out of sight. He'll make you look just like you're standing still, and if his rod doesn't get you, then the awful smell will.
What's that awful smell?
Don't make a mistake and tempt him at a light, because before you know it, he'll be out of sight. He'll make you look just like you're standing still, and if his rod doesn't get you, then the awful smell will.
Hot rod. He's the dirtiest little kid I've ever seen. He smells. I mean, what are you gonna do with a kid like that? He's vicious. Doesn't brush his teeth. Doesn't comb his hair. Between his toes. Right.
There once was a ship that put to sea, and the name of the ship was the Billy O.T. The winds blew up her bow, up down, or below my bully boys blow. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. She'd not been 2 weeks from shore when down on her a right whale bore. The captain called all hands and swore he'd take that whale in tow. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. The boat had hit the water, the whale's tail came up and caught her. All hands to the side, harpooned and fought her when she dived down low. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. No line was cut, no whale was freed. The captain's mind was not of greed, and he belonged to the whaleman's creed. She took that ship in tow. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. For 40 days or even more, the line went slack, then tight once more. All boats were lost, there were only 4, but still that whale did go. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. As far as I've heard, the fight's still on, the line's not cut and the whale's not gone. The wellerman makes his regular call to encourage the captain, crew, and all. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go.
And we are back, and I saw Nowhere Bound singing along, way, hey, and up she rises. Just a little aside there, folks. These sea shanties were songs that the sailors would sing on the ships as they did their work, and some of the songs were done for certain jobs. And that particular song, Drunken Sailor, was done when they hoisted the mainsail, and that's what the way, hey, and up she rises is. That's when that mainsail is going up the mast there. And OBS was making a Sammy while Drunken Sailor was playing. She made her a tomato and cheese Sammy. I had me a little bit of leftover beef stew there right before showtime. You probably saw me slurping that up before show there, Jonesy.
I did.
You feeling a little better tonight now, Jonesy? Did the music and fun cheer you up a little bit there, brother?
No, I have to say it did. I enjoyed tonight a lot more than I felt like I was gonna. I was a little kind of down in the dumps before the show started, but this was the pick me up I needed.
There you go. And a big thank you out to Masterversal Toy Hunter. I will look into that, sir. And let's see what we got here on the music and fun list that you guys might want to see. We might even play some of the new ones again tonight for those of you who've shown up late and didn't hear them. OBS says, beef stew. I'm making some meatloaf tomorrow, Sunday. Speaking of meatloaf, I still need to give you that recipe for that ham loaf superb. And tune in tomorrow night, folks, at 10 o'clock. We're going to do late night tomorrow night and do this all over again. I've got something special for tomorrow. We're going to watch a little movie from the 1973 from Cornet Films. And this is something that just, I was looking for something on the lines of Lunchroom Manners. Haven't been able to find anything near it, but this one is either better or close. So mark your dials, folks, and go ahead and look up. So I got it all set up. And Sunday, of course, is Easter. So Paul and I are going to do something special for Easter, and I'll have that ready for y'all for the Sunday show. Speaking of Sunday, I got 2 boxes of goodies in from the Big Bad Toy Store, plus a very special box from a good friend of mine at Manic Plastic Toy Shop, and I can't wait to show that stuff off to you guys. So we got a hell of a weekend coming up, and we just got started tonight. Looking at the list here, I'm kind of partial to those 3 there. My mother told me Green Sleeves and Hoist of Colors, but I'm wanting to play what you guys want to hear. So give me some ideas, folks, of something on that list that you like that we haven't played yet tonight. And towards the end of the show, we might play Bonnie Banks of Loch Lomond one more time. I'm really proud of that one. It took me a while to make, and I thought I did a good job on that. Of course, I'm my own world's worst critic or world's worst fan. So what I think doesn't mean anything. I'm here to entertain everyone. Go ahead, Jones, or I've talked too much.
No, you're fine. I don't have much to add, to be honest with you. I think the stand is running out of the hourglass for me, my friend. So
you're getting ready to hit the hay, huh? Well, let me queue up some stuff here for us to listen to and play it again. All right, we will. All right, so I'm going to queue up a couple of these. I don't want to play too much here, and Jonesy's getting kind of sleepy there, folks. So let me get into the studio here and start queuing up videos. So we know we want to hear Loch Lomond one more time, so I'm going to bring it on up there. And maybe some Hoist the Colors for OBS. I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. And of course, Jones, you're in that too. You can tell me anything you want to, sir.
to be honest with you, I can't even remember what we did or didn't play.
You're out of it tonight, brother. I'm gonna put Danny Boy up there. Yeah, Danny Boy's a good one. Good one to play. And let's see, we'll put it up there as well. Might even do some That Time Is Now too, man. We have it.
I like that one.
That's some good.
The Time Is Now wakes my ass up.
Do it. All right. Let me get Danny Boy up there. Let's see what the chest said. Danny Boy was beautiful. Jonesy wants a lullaby. Da 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 da. I can't sing or keep a tune, but I try anyway.
I didn't think it was too bad.
That Time Is Now. Danny Boy, we're gonna move it on up there. How about some green sleeves? That might be a good one. I don't know. I don't know. I'm OBS. You tell me. Hoist the colors, green sleeves, or my mother told me. You tell me. I want OBS to tell me. Shipping up to Eternia. Absolutely, Master Versal Toy Hunter. It's going on the list. Yeah, you guys tell me now because this last little rock block is going to be it for the night. So we'll get shipping up to Eternia pulled up here as well. Put it up here. Boom, boom, boom. All the way up here. And let's see what we got so far on the list here. We got... All right, we got That Time Is Now. Shipping up to Eternia. Danny Boy, Loch Lomond. They all good, says OBS. All right, so I'm going to pull up down here. The Calypso Singer. Okay, got you there, Eternia and Ellipse. I'll pull that up there as well. I'm going to pull My Mother Told Me up there. I love that song. And I'm going to get Hoist the Colors as well, plus that one. Yeah, we'll get Calypso Singer up there too. All right, so I'm moving stuff around here so that it makes it easier for me to cue these up as they play. So just bear with me, folks, as I get our next group of songs together. All right, Calypso Singer. We want to put it up there in the group, and I will put that there. And Bill and Jonezer love the show. Jonezer plays Bill Bixby's Sad Mad song Off to Bed, Jonezer. All right. Take care, Nightwing. Glad you could join us tonight. This is the last rock.
Was that the one?
That's the one. Thank you there, Jonezer. Let me pull green sleeves up here. And yeah, we're going to make our last rock block of the night, and it's going to be a doozy, folks. And we'll play all these songs, and then we'll come back and we'll feed the ducks, and then we'll take off for the night. Thank you, everyone, for being here with us tonight. This has been a wonderful night. We've done well. We had 2 super chats. If you guys are liking the show and are entertained by what you see here, please help the show out so that we can get a new computer here so that we can do better and not have the little issues we had earlier tonight. It seems like the longer we go, the better it gets. I think when we first start out, the bandwidth is not that great here and on the interwebs, but it gets better.
Well, that was probably during peak hours. Now we're getting to the wee hours, which aren't quite the peak hours. So that might have a lot to do with it too.
Absolutely. All right. So My Mother Told Me up there. And I want to do one more, and that would be Hoist the Colors.
Oh, the old sad Bill Bixby hitchhiking away music.
Yeah, Incredible Hulk every Friday night. Yeah. What was the Friday night block? I remember Dukes of Hazzard followed by Incredible Hulk, or was it Dukes of Hazzard followed by Dallas, or was it Incredible Hulk, Dukes of Hazzard, and then I can't remember Dallas.
I think it was the Dukes of Hazzard, Incredible Hulk, and Dallas where I was. I think it mattered where you were located or what played.
Yep, and for more toy adventures, hit my blog. The most of what you see on the blog, I will admit, is just reposts showing you what's going on over here at YouTube. But if you go back far enough, there's some good stuff back there. All right, so I think we got everything set up here, and I will start out with That Time Is Now. We'll do Shipping Up to Eternia, Calypso Singer, Danny Boy, Green Sleeves, My Mother Told Me, Hoist the Colors, and then play it out with the full version of Loch Lomond there at the end, and that will give us a good rock block to start to end off the night with. So Enjoy the music and fun. When we come back, it'll be duck time, and we'll say goodnight. So here we go, Jonezer. Hope this cheers you up some, sir.
Cars toppled, buildings entirely just crushed and crumbled. I'm not sure if it's safe to report from my vantage point. I really need to leave. Civil Defense has informed me that the surrounding areas are in ruin. I see some people running now. In the opinion of this reporter, if this nation, or in fact the world, ever needed heroes, that time is now. That time is now.
Justice League.
Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. The summer's gone and all the roses falling. It's you must go, and I must buy. But come ye back when summer's in the meadow. Oh, when the valley's hushed and white with snow, I'll be in sunshine or in shadow. Oh, Danny boy, I love you so. But when he come and all the flowers are dying, if I am dead instead, I will maybe you'll come and find the place where I am lying, and kneel and say an Ave there for me, and I shall hear the soft you tread above me, and all my grave warm and sweeter be, for you will live and tell me that you love me, and I shall sleep in peace until you come to Alas, my love, you do me wrong to cast me off discourteously, for I have loved you all night long, delighting in your company. heart remains in captivity. Green sleeves was all my joy. Green sleeves was my delight. Green sleeves was my heart of gold. And who but my lady green sleeves?
has been raised from its watery grave. Do you hear its sepulchral toll? We call to all, pay heed the squall, and turn your sail toward home.
The year was 1746. The place, Trusty Moor. The site of the Battle of Culloden. The Jacobite forces were massacred. In the aftermath of the battle, 400 or so remaining soldiers were rounded up and taken prisoner, and from there transported south to Carlisle Castle. Once there, the soldiers were lined up. 1 in every 10 were chosen to be executed, and the rest sent home to tell the tale. Legend has it, there were 2 brothers, side by side in Carlisle Castle. One to be executed, and the other sent home. And one turns to the other and says, "Don't worry, we'll meet again. Ye take the high road, and I'll take the low road. And I'll be in Scotland afore ye."
By yon bonny banks and by yon bonny breeze, where the sun shines bright on Loch Lomond, where me and my true love will never meet again, on the bonny, bonny banks of Loch Lomond. You'll take the higher road, and I'll take the low, and I'll be in Scotland afore ye. For me and my true love will never meet again, on the bonny, bonny banks of Loch
Now, Joneser done took off. He couldn't take it no more. Well, it's duck time. If anybody's still here with me, thank you so much for joining me tonight. We had a great time. Tomorrow night, we'll have late night, and we'll do it all over again with another whole night of entertainment right here on Weird Fantastic Toy Adventures. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Nowhere Bound, for joining me. Thank you, OBS. And thank you to the Super Chatters tonight, Nightwing and Master Mike, for helping out with the channel. And yeah, it was a lullaby for him, OBS. And thank everyone. I appreciate you all. And I had a good night. It's time for me to go to bed as well. And you guys just, we'll see you next time on Weird Fantastic Toy Adventures, and do have a good journey. You have a river dance mode too coming up. I do plan on doing that, OBS. I really do, but it's going to take me a long time to get that put together. But I'll try my best to get that at some point in the future. Probably not tomorrow night for sure, but hey, I don't know. I got something in my head for tomorrow night. I may even film something tomorrow as well. And thank you, Cliffy, for being here with me. Good journey to you too, sir. And good journey, OBS, and good journey, everyone. And we'll see you all next time right here on Weird Fantastic Toy Adventures. Special thanks to the channel supporters. Without your help, these adventures would not be possible. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed today's adventure, please hit like, subscribe, and share the video.